Hi, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Yacht Crew Vlogs right here on Yachting International Radio. My name is Ria. I am your host, and today I'm really pleased to introduce a friend of mine, Alvaro Aparicio. He is a yacht designer out of Mallorca. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you for having me here, Ria.
No, it's my absolute pleasure. I'm doing a panel for the Balearic Yacht Show. So as a result of that, we've had a chance to get to know each other and chat back and forth. And I really wanted to tell your story because Mallorca is a wonderfully amazing place. It is a yachting hub in Europe, but not a lot of people think of designers and boat builders and that kind of thing coming out of Mallorca, just mainly marinas and shore support. So I thought, what a great way to pull you on and let's talk about you, because you've got some accolades in your career as well. So you were born in Mallorca.
I was, yes.
And have you spent most of your time living here, or have you traveled?
Oh, I've been traveling all my life. I spent all my childhood in Mallorca till I was 14 years old, and then I moved abroad. And ever since, I try to come back to Mallorca every time I can. But that's life, no? At the end, you need to fly away to succeed in your dreams. And Mallorca is a nice place to see super yachts, but it's not the place to do them.
Yeah, I guess there's not really a shipyard big enough to build a super yacht here.
No. And it's not worth it.
Yeah. So
God.
where have you traveled?
Well, first of all, I moved to Dublin when I was little. I was there for almost 4 years. And then I moved to Madrid, where I did what I got prepared for my studies. I went to university, then I prepared myself as an industrial designer. And after that, I moved to Venice. And that's the place where I became a yacht designer, a student of yacht design.
What pulled you to become a yacht designer? Because it's not really, I mean, I imagine being from Mallorca and always being around the water, that, you know, yachting was sort of something part of your life. But what pulled you to become a yacht designer?
Oh, it's something that came through the years. I really like to design, to create. And through the process of my studies, it came up that I was capable of, someone told me that I could design super yachts, yachts in general. And that's where everything started. It completely changed the line I was going to go through my life. And it's something I love. So I don't know, it was just, it caught my attention so strong that I haven't been able to stop ever since.
And how old were you when you started?
I was 20, the first time that I knew I could do something in this industry.
Well, you also were nominated for the finalist Young Yacht Designer of the Year in 2012. And I can imagine that really opened a lot of doors for you.
All of them. Clearly, yeah. That was something that it was the push we all needed when you want to start something in your career. It was the way of the industry to say, okay, welcome. We like what you've done. Let's see what you can do in the future. So it was actually something very nice.
And tell me, back in 2012, for example, what type of yachts were considered the future compared to today, for example?
Oof, I don't know. I don't remember, because at the end what we see is just new designs, new trends. Back then, I remember one of the very first, one of the most impressive ones that they did. It was A by Blom & Boss, and that's something that completely changed our esteem of the ideas that we have, that it could be done. So I don't know. We see the evolution day by day. It's all about the designers and the clients that push us forward to do something that no one else have ever seen before.
Well, for a while there, it seemed that yachts were just getting bigger and bigger and shinier and sleeker and faster. When did that change? Because now we're seeing, you know, people going more into catamarans with solar panels, and we're seeing expedition yachts. When was that change? Was it in the past couple of years, or was it as a result of what happened, you know, the pandemic, or is that something you've seen as a trend coming up in the last few years?
When it comes to cat, for example, I think it's been more, in my personal opinion, I think it's been, because at the end, many of the customers that you can see in the industry, they're not truly sailors. They like to be on board. They like to be offshore. They like to spend the day. And the cat clearly is something that gives you a very pleasant experience.
And as far as expedition yachts, is that something that's been happening over the last couple of years, or is that really increased over the past year?
It's something that has been happening, but now it's clearly has increased substantially. And I think also due to the COVID, to this world pandemic, I believe clients would like to be more far away. The far, the better. And it's also a really good way of keeping yourself safe.
So as a yacht designer, and of course, you know, we know yacht designers, they can make some really cool, you know, out there designs, which probably will never be built. But practically speaking, going forward, in order to earn a living, as it were, what type of yachts do you think you're going to need to design going into the future? For what type of families, or what type of yacht?
That's something I will discover. I mean, it's something I cannot know at the moment, but I would like to be doing more, in my case, conversions.
Okay.
For family. Like, I think one of the nicest examples that we've seen this year is Project Ragnar, done by Icon. I mean, by taking another kind of vessel, turn it into a luxury explorer. I think that's super interesting, and that's something we might be seeing more in the future, because there are also many benefits. I mean, nowadays, if you want to get a boat done in the north of Europe, the waiting list could be up to 4 or 5 years. And having a conversion, you can get that in half of the time. You can also still be very involved in all the project, enjoy it. So I think that's something I would like to see more in the future, and that's the things I would like to also do. Because bringing a new boat to life, I think is something I really like as a designer.
Let me ask you, is it better for the environment to take an old boat and convert it? Or, because what happens, I mean, the boats go to boat graveyards, essentially. They get stripped down once they're out of use for whatever purpose they have. So is this almost like recycling of boats for another purpose?
Sure, why not? I think so.
So it's a good move forward when we're talking about sustainability, and the new breed of owner, they are interested in sustainability. So, you know, that is sort of a good option.
It is. I will totally push a client to go for that option.
Nice. Well, so for you, for the future, I can imagine that you're just going to continue to design, continue to follow trends, and continue to lead with your heart.
Every day.
What kind of things would you tell anybody out there that is considering yacht design as a career? Where would you suggest that they get their education? And, you know, who can they go to if they want to ask questions?
Oh, I have no idea. Well, they can always ask me, or they can get in touch with all the designers in the industry. Most of us were very keen to help and to see new ideas coming. So everyone is welcome. And at the end, what they have to do is to study hard. I don't know where they have to go to study nowadays, because things have changed a lot since my time as a student. But they can find out. I think that will be something easy for them to discover. But first of all, I will totally recommend them to try to work on shipyards, to see how things get built, go back to the studio and design the thing. You know, they should know all the phases of the industry when it comes to design and building.
Well, let me ask you, I mean, if you're into, I mean, it's not something that automatically you don't get out of school and go to Superyacht design school.
No.
What is the first school that you would go to? Where do you start that career as a Superyacht designer?
There are many. For example, I got colleagues. They are car designers, which is actually a very good starting point, because they do lots of freehand sketching. They work a lot with surfaces, which is really interesting, very important to know how they work, how they develop. In my case, I'm an industrial designer. So you learn through all the process of creating something from scratch. And also the most common that you see is a naval architect.
Okay. So there is no class for super yacht designer. It is a path that you sort of go through.
No, well, you got a master after your education. For example, I think one of the most well-known at the moment is one in Milan. At least it's in Italy. I'm not sure where it is, but clearly they have to go over there. That's where they will learn the basis to become a yacht designer. And that will be the big gate for them to come inside the industry.
Amazing. Well, you know what, Alvaro, I know you're a very busy man, but I thank you extremely so much for your time. And we look forward to seeing your next new build, your next new amazing design.
Thank you so much, Rhea.
Once again, this has been Alvaro Aparicio. He is a yacht designer from Mallorca. We are going to be hosting a panel at the Balearic Yacht Show in the next couple of days. We'll provide the link below this interview, and I will also provide the link to his email and his LinkedIn underneath this interview if you want to get a hold of him and ask him a few questions. Thank you ever so much for your time. You've been watching another episode of Yacht Crew Vlogs right here on Yachting International Radio. My name is Rhea. I have been your host. Please tune in again for another episode.